I eat myself into the fattest pig in the entire pen, and all the other piglets think I have lost my mind. The fatter you grow, the more likely you get slaughtered, and worse, the more likely you get shipped off for breeding. That fate is worse than death itself. But what they do not know is that I have awakened the Devour Evolution System. To put it simply, eating makes me stronger. At first, I just chow down on the farm's lousy feed. The progress is slow as squeezing toothpaste, but at least it is safe. Nobody suspects a pig that only knows how to eat. According to the system, a domestic pig can grow up to 1,000 pounds at most. I figured I could complete my evolution smoothly, but I never expect 2 humans to ruin my plans. Hey Bruno, why does this pig eat so much? If it keeps eating, the scale is gonna break. Don't worry, Mr. Walker has already placed his order. He's coming in a month to haul it away. The meat from this pig will earn him a fortune, and we'll get a nice cut too. Hearing their conversation, the feed in my mouth suddenly tastes like nothing. Thankfully, I still have a month. I make up my mind. Eat like crazy. I have to break through before they haul me away. Even if I cannot beat the humans, surely I can outrun them. For the next 2 weeks, I switch into eating machine mode. Not just feed. The sweet potatoes and pumpkins piled in the corner, even the steamed bun crumbs the workers drop. Nothing escapes me. But reality hits me hard. I check the system panel, 520 pounds, Constitution 6, Strength 12, Agility 3. Because I have been eating only low-energy food, my stat gains are minimal. Compared to the other pigs, I am already a massive monster, but going up against humans? Not even close. Meanwhile, I also notice that as my strength and size grow, my vision and hearing have sharpened dramatically. Bruno returns with several men, thick ropes in their hands. Boys, give me a hand, this pig is huge. Careful, do not let it escape. Mr. Walker needs it fast. They swarm me at once. I struggle with everything I have, ramming with my head, kicking with my hooves, but I am outnumbered. In the end, they drag me out of the pen by the tail. Looking at the massive truck with its iron cage, my heart sinks. With a small truck, I might have tried flipping it to escape, but this thing crushes all my hope. However, when they load me into the truck, I notice they have not locked the cage. They have just secured it with a rusty bolt. It is like they have left me a way out. To avoid being noticed, I wait until the truck hits the highway before I start pushing the bolt with my tongue, bit by bit. Faster, faster. Do not get caught. Just as the bolt is about to slide free, I suddenly stop. I scan my surroundings quickly. I must find a forest or a mountain to avoid clashing with humans, and the more remote the place, the better for my growth. After waiting another 40 minutes, I finally spot my target, a vast stretch of rolling primeval forest. The trees stretch beyond the horizon, endless towering giants. It looks safe. Once I charge into those woods, even 100 men would not be able to find me. Without hesitation, I flick my tongue and pop the bolt open. I kick off with my hind legs and leap out, riding the truck's momentum. Boom! I slam hard into the highway barrier. The barrier bends from the impact. I tumble down the steep slope and crash straight into a mountain stream. Luckily, my constitution is decent. Only my front leg is scraped, just a bit of blood. I do not dare waste time. Afraid the truck crew might spot me, I quickly climb out of the stream and limp deep into the forest. I want to find a hidden spot to recover, but after just a few steps, a dark purple plant catches my eye. Thick fleshy roots, emerald leaves. One look tells me it is special. The village elders used to say that purple lotus ginseng can heal wounds. My front leg is injured. Eating it might speed up the healing and even boost my stats. Just as I am about to gulp down the herb, a red-tailed centipede, nearly 3 feet long, suddenly slithers out of a tree hollow. Its black and red body screams toxic, and it scuttles with a creepy rustle. I weigh over 500 pounds now, with thick hide, but a single bite from this thing would still hurt like hell, and I might get poisoned. I creep closer carefully, and the moment it lets its guard down, I leap up and smash down with my massive body, crushing the centipede into pulp. Brute force wins. Looking at the mush on the ground, I hesitate for a second. This thing looks disgusting, but devouring animals gives faster stat gains. This centipede is huge, so it might grant a lot of strength. Do it. To grow stronger, I cannot be picky. I open my jaws and gulp down the centipede pulp in one go. It is so revolting I nearly throw up. The next second, the system chimes in. First devour of a venomous creature. Skill awakened. Glutton's Devour. Glutton's Devour allows you to remotely absorb target food, greatly enhancing devour efficiency. It also absorbs the special properties of the food, such as poison resistance. Minor poison resistance acquired. Constitution +3, Strength +2. Hey system, will I awaken more skills when I evolve? Player, every time you complete. Hearing this, I quickly cast Glutton's Devour on the purple lotus ginseng. The herb floats up into the air and shoots straight into my stomach. A warm current spreads through my whole body. The wound on my front leg stops hurting instantly. I even feel stronger. The system panel updates again. Weight, 580 pounds. Constitution 9, Strength 14, Agility 4. Minor poison resistance unlocked. Not a bad start. This forest is my treasure trove. But then I think again. A primeval forest this huge must have plenty of predators. With my current strength, I can handle a centipede or a small pheasant. But if I run into a black bear or a Siberian tiger, I am as good as dead. Growth is the priority. Never get cocky. Soon enough, I find a hidden cave. I sniff around. No scent of other animals. Probably because it is not far from the highway, so animals stay away. I crawl into the cave, lie down, and sleep soundly. Meanwhile, far out at sea, thick fog blankets the water. The third battle group, with over a dozen warships, is retreating. All units, retreat. Repeat, all units retreat. Inside the command room, someone shouts in shock, "What in the world is that thing? The heat signature it gives off is staggering. Compared to it, all our warships combined are like fireflies next to the moon." I do not know what it is, but the losses to Angua will be immeasurable. Pass on my order. Designate this area as a forbidden zone. Over the next few days, I cycle through eat and sleep. Every day is either hunting for food or napping, completely unaware that a crisis is creeping toward me. A few days later, I stare at my system panel with a frown. Weight, 720 pounds. Constitution 18, Strength 28, Agility 10. The wild fruits and vegetables around me give smaller and smaller stat boosts. It is barely a drop in the bucket. There is no choice. I have to head deeper into Blackwind Ridge to see if I can find better food. After about an hour of walking, I reach a small stream. Plenty of small fish are swimming in the water. I try casting Devour on them. To my surprise, the fish fly out of the water and shoot straight into my mouth. Stream fish devoured. Strength +1. Stream fish devoured. Constitution +1. Holy moly, eating fish boosts stats this fast. I just sprawl down by the stream, and whenever a fish swims close, I suck it in, like munching on snacks. After dozens of fish, I clearly feel my body changing. My pale pink skin gradually darkens to deep brown. Sharp tusks sprout on either side of my snout. My body grows to nearly 10 feet long. I look downright vicious. Player weight breaks 800 pounds. Successfully evolved into black-maned boar form. Current stats, weight 820 pounds, constitution 35, strength, with minor poison resistance. After evolving into a boar, eating ordinary stream fish gives smaller boosts now. I can only push deeper into the forest. Not long after, I hear wolves howling, one after another. Sounds like a big pack. My instinct says to avoid them, but feeling my new strength, I cautiously head toward the howling. As I get closer, I see a pack of gray wolves surrounding a mother bear and her cub. The mother bear is fierce, but with her cub to protect, she is restricted. She cannot fight at full strength. The wolves have already bitten her several times, blood pouring from her wounds. I want to sit back and watch, then swoop in for the spoils, but seeing the pitiful cub, I cannot help stepping in. Without hesitation, my massive body charges at terrifying speed. One ram sends 3 wolves flying, spitting blood, dead on the spot. The mother bear seizes the chance, smashing another wolf flat with one swipe. The alpha wolf stares at my huge frame, fear flashing in its eyes. It lets out a long howl and slinks into the woods with the rest of the pack. The mother bear gives me 2 long, grateful looks before limping away with her cub into the trees. I look at the wolf carcasses on the ground, a wicked grin tugging at my lips. XP delivered right to my door. I cast Glutton's Devour and gulp down all the wolves in one go. Suddenly, a roar comes from not far ahead. My heart jumps. I quickly duck behind a big tree and watch silently. The roar sounds only once, then nothing. Did something happen? Curiosity gets the better of me. I slow down and creep closer in total silence. My 900-pound body makes no sound at all. This is the perk of higher agility. Pushing through dense woods, I realize the fight is already over, but I sense people up ahead. I hide my body in the low shrubs and keep approaching. In a clearing, a campfire is burning. 5 men in camo gear sit around it, hunting rifles in hand, several big black sacks beside them. One of the sacks reveals a spotted leopard tail. I listen carefully to their conversation and finally piece it together. This group is the Foreign Black Crow Poaching Squad, here to hunt rare animals in Blackwind Ridge. The leopard from earlier is their prey. Good luck this time. 1 leopard and 1 giant horned argali. We will sell them for a fortune back home. Do not get careless. Word is, there is some unknown giant creature in Blackwind Ridge. That radar signal earlier came from this area. Be careful. What is there to fear? We have rifles. Even an elephant would go down. Hearing this, I flare with rage. They dare poach on my turf, and so arrogantly. Plus, the animals in those sacks, if I devour them, I will definitely trigger my second evolution. I decide to clean them out tonight. The poachers post 1 watchman, while the other 4 head into the tent. I silently approach the camp. When I am about 50 yards from the watchman, I stop hiding. I charge forward at full speed. Just as the watchman reacts and lifts his rifle to shoot, I am already on him. 1 ram sends him flying into a tree. He blacks out on impact. The men in the tent hear the commotion and scramble out, rifles raised, firing at me. But with my constitution now at 45, my hide is so thick the bullets feel like tickles. I charge in. 1 thrust of my tusks sends a poacher flying. Another headbutt knocks a second one out cold. The remaining 2 are scared out of their minds and try to run. As if I would give them the chance, I chase them down and finish them one by one. Once it is safe, I head for the black sacks. The first one holds a leopard. The second holds the argali. The third, surprisingly, holds 2 unconscious clouded leopard cubs. I keep searching for other items. What I need most right now is a phone or some communication device of any kind, so I can keep tabs on the outside world. I rummage through the poachers' backpacks. They contain plenty of things. Rifles, bullets, compressed biscuits, and a poaching journal recording their hunts over the years, along with detailed maps of Blackwind Ridge, even marking the habitats of rare animals. I am thrilled. With these maps in mind, I will never get lost in Blackwind Ridge again. After more digging, I find in another bag a smartphone, a power bank, and a small hand-crank generator. Like getting a pillow when you are sleepy, heaven is on my side. As I study how to use the phone, the two cubs slowly wake up, but seeing me instead of running, they arch their backs and stand in front of the leopard's body, letting out low, mournful whimpers. They look pitiful, yet defiant. I glance at them, calculating. These two little ones together would not even fill a tooth gap. Devouring them would not give much stats. Better to start with the giant horned argali and see if I can trigger another evolution. Without hesitation, I open my jaws toward the argali. I cast Glutton's Devour and swallow the several hundred-pound beast whole. The next second, the system chimes in right on cue. Giant horned argali devoured. Weight plus 50 pounds, constitution plus 5, strength plus 50. Current state, black-maned boar, weight 950 pounds, constitution 100, strength 120. 50 more pounds to evolve. My eyes drift toward the two cubs. The little ones tremble all over, fur standing on end, yet they still stand firm in front of the leopard's body, refusing to budge an inch. I shift my gaze to the leopard corpse behind them. Now both cubs shake even harder, their little bodies barely able to stand, yet they tough it out and stay in front. As I slowly approach, ready to devour the leopard, one of the cubs suddenly summons its courage and growls at me. The other turns and bolts into the woods. I do not chase the runaway cub. After all, it cannot get far, and what could it possibly pull off? But less than 2 minutes later, the cub comes running back with a dark brown burlap sack in its mouth. It runs up to me and shakes its head hard. The sack drops, contents spilling everywhere. All century-old Lingji, wild ginseng, and purple lotus ginseng. All top-tier stat boosters. Looks like the poacher's private stash. My eyes light up. I cast Glutton's Devour immediately. The herbs on the ground shoot straight into my mouth, and a rich wave of energy explodes inside me. The system chimes non-stop. 3 century-old Lingji devoured. Constitution plus 30, agility plus 15. 5 wild ginseng devoured. Strength plus 40, constitution plus 25. 2 purple lotus ginseng devoured. Minor self-healing unlocked. Weight breaks 1,000 pounds. Evolution triggered. Right after, I feel every bone in my body cracking and reshaping. My body changes visibly. The dark brown fur turns a brilliant reddish brown. Joints, back, belly, and other key spots slowly get covered with a layer of hard black armor. On all 4 legs, strange irregular patterns emerge. I look absolutely commanding. Evolution complete. New species, black armored boar. Current stats, weight 1,400 pounds. Constitution 300, strength 300, agility 80. Minor poison resistance plus minor self-healing. Skill awakened, black armor. After processing the system's info, I turn back to the two cubs. After that test earlier, I can tell these little ones are not only smart but extremely loyal. Perfect candidates for my crew. I drop the idea of devouring the clouded leopard. I dig a deep hole with my hooves and bury the clouded leopard's body. After burying it, I pick up a backpack with compressed biscuits and toss it in front of the cubs, signaling them to eat. To my surprise, the little ones get it. They come over, paw at the bag, and start munching away. I lead my 2 new buddies deeper into Blackwind Ridge, checking my system panel as I walk. I want to see the next evolution requirement, but one look stuns me. Required weight for the next evolution, 20,000 pounds. That number is insane, over 14 times my current weight. I cannot help grumbling inside. System, are you crazy? When the heck am I supposed to hit that? Complaining aside, I still have to grow. I suddenly remember the large animal coordinates in the poaching journal. It marks quite a few tough customers deep in Blackwind Ridge. Perfect mobile XP packs. Over the next few days, I lead my 2 buddies on a hunting spree, following the coordinates. I devour Tibetan antelopes, black bears, red deer. In my free time, I browse the news on my phone. After all, with the power bank and hand-crank generator, I never have to worry about running out of battery. While scrolling, one piece of news makes me sit straight up. Newsflash, Mount Tai, Manhwa, Mount Ma, and Mount Chingcheng have simultaneously opened disciple recruitment. Bachelor's degree or higher required. Exceptional talents may receive educational requirement waivers. My heart stirs. When did Huaxia have institutions like these? They are even publicly announcing cultivation realms now. I look up at the sky. The shift I predicted really is coming, and right now, the next evolution is a long way off. I have to speed up my growth. Otherwise, I quickly nudge the 2 cubs with my snout, signaling them to pick up the pace. We head toward the southern zone of Blackwind Ridge. The 3 of us roam leisurely through the forest, sticking to the principle of eat whatever, waste nothing. In just 5 days, my weight shoots up to 3,000 pounds. Body length 16 feet, height nearly 7 feet. Strength and constitution have both doubled. I am absolutely a land tank. After devouring a few more elk, we stop by a clear pool. The 2 cubs are already going wild. Without waiting for my okay, they leap into the water and splash around. I am too tired to bother. I flop down on the grass by the pool, soaking up the sun, and quickly drift off. Days of non-stop eating and hunting have worn me out, but I never expect this nap to nearly cost me my life. Suddenly a sharp whooshing sound jolts me awake. I scramble up and see a massive black-scaled water anaconda slowly crawling out of the pool. This anaconda is over 40 feet long, as thick as a water barrel, half its body still hidden underwater. Its cold, vertical pupils lock onto me. I immediately charge. My massive body roars toward the anaconda, but the moment I hit the pool's edge, the anaconda easily dodges aside. I realize too late that the puddles and water resistance have crippled my speed, while the anaconda in water is in its element, completely unaffected. Before I can adjust, the anaconda's thick tail slams me hard. Bam! I get whipped through the air and crash into the water. Seeing me thrown into the pool, the two cubs panic. Ignoring the danger, they rush over and bite the anaconda's tail. This enrages the anaconda completely. It swims rapidly toward the shore. Just as it reaches the bank, I leap out of the water. I activate black armor. Scales instantly cover my entire body. The reddish-brown fur ignites with blazing flames. This is black armor's hidden effect. In critical moments, it triggers flame empowerment, more than doubling my physical stats. I clamp down on it and use every ounce of strength to fling it onto the grass by the bank. Bam! The anaconda is dazed from the slam. I rush in and savagely tear at its vital point. The anaconda struggles wildly, coiling its body around me, but its strength is no match for mine. Half an hour later, the anaconda goes completely still. I let go and bite off a big chunk of its tail, tossing it to the two cubs, a reward for them. As I slowly enjoy the anaconda meat, an unfamiliar scent suddenly drifts over. I look up and spot, deep in the woods, a white-striped lone wolf over 13 feet long, staring intensely at my two buddies. Its gaze is cold, clearly hostile. I flare with rage. Trying to prey on Zane's crew? That is a death wish. I growl softly at the two cubs, telling them to stay put. Then I unleash Roar Blast, shaking every tree around me. The lone wolf is stunned for a split second. Seizing the opening, I bolt forward at full speed, my flame empowerment speed catching it in seconds. I ram straight into its body. The lone wolf yelps in pain and tries to flee, but how could I give it the chance? I clamp down on its neck and shake violently. A few twists and it is dead. I tilt my head, signaling the two cubs to drag the wolf back. The little ones scamper over eagerly, each grabbing a leg, struggling to drag it back. The sight is just too cute. After devouring the black-scaled water anaconda and the white-striped lone wolf in succession, I feel the energy inside me about to overflow. I can feel the energy inside about to burst out. Heat radiates from every inch of me. Wave after wave of power washes through my bones and muscles. My body is slowly growing larger. I say silently in my mind, System, check stats. Current species, black armored boar. Weight, 3,600 pounds. Strength, 600. Constitution 550. Agility 150. Skills, black armor, flame empowerment, roar blast, savage charge. Special abilities, minor poison resistance, minor self-healing. I look at the stats on the panel and nod with satisfaction. The 20,000-pound evolution target is still far off, but at least the progress is solid. I let out a big yawn. I lie down for another long nap. The two cubs curl up against me, and we all drift off quickly. But while we sleep soundly, far away on the endless coastline beyond Blackwind Ridge, an intense battle is raging. The people call it the Forbidden Zone. Behind it stands a towering black wall, over 40 feet high. The countless soldiers fight desperately against sea monsters. On the command platform, Captain Lyle in his military overcoat stares at the raging coastline ahead, eyes heavy with tension. Report, Captain. A massive number of aquatic monsters detected in Defense Sector 3, among them 20 iron-spine sea beasts. 3 coastal artillery units have been destroyed. The line is about to break. Activate Stonegate defense immediately. Redirect all remaining coastal artillery. Concentrate fire and push back the iron-spine sea beasts, Captain Lyle orders. What are the casualties? Regular combat personnel, 50 lost. Master Xavier was severely wounded covering the soldiers' retreat. Director Jensen single-handedly took down 1 iron-spine sea beast. Understood. Hold the line. Do not let a single monster break through. After the comms officer leaves, Captain Lyle murmurs to himself, things are getting worse. The great cosmic shift grows more obvious by the day. These monsters keep getting stronger. We cannot hide it from the public any longer. We have to speed up the disciple recruitment. Across Waxia, every defense base is locked in fierce combat. Meanwhile, I am still fast asleep deep in Blackwind Ridge, completely oblivious to the crisis outside. When I finally wake up, my body has grown significantly. Body length, 23 feet. Height, 10 feet. The black armor is even harder, and the flame empowerment effect is even stronger. Even if I encounter, growing this fast is all thanks to the hunting results in this stretch of forest. I have captured countless large animals and come face to face with some true apex predators. The toughest one is a crimson-furred spirit ape, over 10 feet long. That thing runs insanely fast, uses vines for ambushes, and is ridiculously agile. It nearly snatches my two buddies several times. Besides this annoying spirit ape, I also encounter plenty of tough beasts. The green-striped hunter wolf, over 16 feet long, is as fast as a cheetah with venomous teeth, and one creature close to 7 feet that I barely managed to subdue. As for the one called the sacred beast in the poaching journal, the mystic patterned leopard, there is no trace of it whatsoever. I have a feeling this mystic patterned leopard is far stronger than any apex predator I have encountered. It may be the true rival on my growth path. Forget it for now. Today, we feast. Let us go take down that blazing giant bear. I call to my two little buddies, and we head toward a mountain peak in the southern zone. The bear's den is inside a cave near the summit. Before long, a pitch-dark, massive cave looms before us. The moment we approach the entrance, the two cubs instinctively duck behind me, arching their backs and growling at the cave. They clearly sense the savage aura within. The next second, boulders rumble from deep inside, the ground vibrating under our feet. A terrifyingly massive, blazing giant bear walks out, standing upright, a full 23 feet tall. Its whole body is covered in dark brown thick hide, with bits of stone embedded in the skin. Its ferocity dwarfs every beast I have faced before. What on earth does this thing eat to grow so huge? We are about the same size, but standing upright it looks far more imposing. It lets out a furious roar at me. It clearly recognizes me. We actually clashed once before, but that time I did not use any skills. This time, it is a grudge match. No more talk. I launch the charge first, my massive body backed by the gust of flame empowerment slamming into the bear. Boom! A deafening crash. Two titans collide. The shockwave shakes every tree around us. My black tusks rip through the bear's thick hide. But the bear does not back down. Its enormous paw slams onto my shoulder. Even with black armor, I stagger. A surge of pain shoots through my shoulder. Boom! Another violent collision. This time I ride the momentum and shove the bear back again and again, until it crashes down hard, kicking up a cloud of dust. But this blazing giant bear has incredibly tough hide and extreme resilience. It rolls right back up, shakes its head, and charges at me again. I dodge sideways. The paw slams the ground, blasting out a crater. My defense far exceeds the bear's, but its raw power is terrifying. Dragging this out wastes time and risks drawing other beasts. I cannot stall any longer. Time to end this. I focus my will. Black armor fully engages across my entire body. The reddish-brown fur erupts into roaring flames. My strength skyrockets several times over. Even the air around me turns scorching hot. The blazing giant bear stares at me engulfed in flames, its murky eyes showing a flash of fear. It instinctively tries to back away, but I do not give it the chance. My body becomes a streak of fiery black shadow, reaching it in an instant. With 10,000 pounds of force, I ram straight into its chest. Crack! A crisp sound of shattering bones. The blazing giant bear lets out a piercing wail. Its massive body flies backward from the impact, slamming hard against the cave wall. The bear twitches a few times, then goes completely still, sliding slowly down the wall. Dead. The two cubs jump up in excitement, growling around the bear's body. I nudge them with my head, telling them not to eat just yet. Follow me inside the cave first. There might be more surprises. As we head deeper into the cave, I find all sorts of herbs, some unnamed ones giving off a delicate fragrance. Clearly valuable stuff. Heading further in, the deeper we go, the stronger the aroma. At the very back of the cave, a massive stone pool comes into view. Golden, thick liquid flows inside. It is spirit marrow honey. Did this blazing giant bear take over the queen bee's nest of Blackwind Ridge? After a thorough search of the cave, I leave my two greedy buddies by the pool to drink the spirit marrow honey, then step outside the cave. Honestly, this place is great. It could make a perfect base. But I know in my gut that now is not the time to relax. The great cosmic shift is getting more obvious. There will definitely be even stronger monsters. I must keep eating and growing, and break the 20,000-pound evolution target as soon as possible. I carve off a thick bear paw and toss it to the two buddies inside, then cast Glutton's Devour. I begin devouring the blazing giant bear's body. Massive heat surges into me, scorching through my veins. I feel like a walking furnace, blazing from head to hoof. Every scale on my body glows faintly red. After 3 full days in the cave, I completely absorb the energy of the blazing giant bear and the spirit marrow honey. My body shoots up to 30 feet long, 13 feet tall. My black armor gleams with a metallic sheen. Strength and constitution have surged dramatically. Even across the entire southern zone of Blackwind Ridge, I am without a doubt the top predator. Those beasts that used to challenge me now have to take a detour when they see me coming. Time to keep sweeping. I stretch lazily, shake my massive head, and start plotting. First, I will deal with the mystic spirit crocodile. That thing lurks year-round in Black Dragon Pool in the south. It is even bigger than the black-scaled water anaconda. Before, I was not confident I could take it. Now is the perfect time to test my strength. After taking it out, I will sweep every beast in the southern zone one by one. I refuse to believe I cannot track down that mystic patterned leopard. Eager as I am to keep growing, I cannot resist sitting down and scrolling the news on my phone. But after just 2 articles, I am stunned speechless. Breaking news. The eastern coastline of the Cherry Blossom Nation has been breached by monsters. Countless unknown beasts have surged inland, causing massive casualties. Refugees are fleeing in droves, desperately seeking aid from neighboring nations. Latest update, the Cherry Blossom Nation has submitted an aid request to the Eagle Nation. As of now, no response has been received. The comment section below the news instantly explodes. Holy crap, I take one nap and the Cherry Blossom Nation is about to be wiped off the map? What kind of monsters are that powerful? They can break through an entire coastline? Anyone got the inside scoop? Please explain. While everyone is arguing, one user drops a real photo. In it, a 30-foot-long, giant lizard monster is crushing a tank in its jaws. Tank wreckage everywhere. The comments go silent for a few seconds, then erupt into even more heated debate. The Wuxia government clearly knows the secret is out. They start slowly releasing information. Online, some well-connected insiders leak reports of monster attacks from various regions. Every single post sends chills down people's spines. Reading the comments, I cannot resist. I tap the screen with my hoof and post a comment. This monster? I could swallow it in one gulp. It would not survive a single charge from me. To my surprise, within minutes, countless users fire back, bragging without even drafting your story first. My master is a disciple of Mount Fangkun. His cultivation is profound. Even he cannot kill this thing with one palm strike. What are you even worth? Ignore him. Probably lost his mind from fear and now seeks attention online. The guy above, you dare expose your master's identity? Are you not afraid he will come back and beat you? No worries. My master does not use the internet. He has no idea who I am. Reading these comments, I cannot help but grin. This beast's power is beyond what you mortals can imagine. I casually snap a photo of my own claw and post it. The claw is bigger than a wash basin, black armor gleaming. The comments go even crazier. Could you at least try harder with your Photoshop? This claw is obviously fake. This guy is completely nuts. He actually photoshopped a claw to pretend he is a monster. I do not bother arguing. I close the comments, but my sense of urgency deepens. The giant lizard in the news is as strong as the blazing giant bear, and even stronger monsters seem to keep appearing. I must speed up my evolution. Otherwise, when even more terrifying monsters flood into Blackwind Ridge, even as the Blue Zone Overlord, I may not be able to protect myself. Over the next 3 days, I do not slack for a single moment. I lead my 2 buddies on a rampage. We devour most of the beasts in the Blue Zone. Whether it is the mystic spirit stag in the water, the green-striped hunter wolf on the bank, or the big-tailed pine marten in the woods, if I find it, it becomes my meal. During this time, talk of the awakening of heaven and earth, and the revival of spiritual energy is spreading like wildfire online. News of cultivators and monsters pops up endlessly. I look down at my 2 buddies. They are now over 7 feet long and significantly stronger. As for me, my body length has surged to 36 feet, height close to 16 feet, black armor hard as steel. With flame empowerment, my power is utterly terrifying. I am no doubt the supreme overlord of the Blue Zone in Blackwind Ridge. Even that annoying crimson-furred spirit ape now runs away screaming whenever it sees us. The Blue Zone's beasts are nearly wiped clean. Staying any longer is pointless. I shake my head and look toward the coast. Word is that the shore recently has seen a swarm of aquatic monsters, plus those giant lizards, seriously powerful. Perfect chance to join the action, grab some extra meals, and push for evolution. With that, I lead my 2 buddies toward the southern coastline of Blackwind Ridge. The South Prison Forest coastline winds and twists. Where it meets the open sea, an artificial island stands tall. Jinhai Naval Base on the island is the most unique of Wuxia's 24 coastal defense bases. Because South Prison Forest's giant beasts have claimed the inland year-round, few sea monsters dare come ashore. This base has consistently had the lowest casualty rate. The island is packed with star-shaped phased array radars and coastal artillery. Soldiers remain on semi-alert year-round. In the command tower, General Quinn, wearing his deep-sea camo uniform, stares at the radar screen in front of him. His brows are knotted tight. On the screen, a blazing infrared heat signature moves slowly. Its peak heat output dwarfs every living thing nearby. It has moved. General Quinn's voice is low and grave, his finger tapping the screen. This land beast's heat signature is 3 times stronger than the fiercest tentacle lizard at sea. Military command specifically ordered us to monitor it closely. Ryan steps forward, voice urgent. General, should we angle the artillery to lock onto this beast? If it approaches the base, the consequences would be devastating. Quinn keeps his eyes fixed on the radar. No need. Land beasts and sea monsters are fundamentally different. They have their own territorial instincts. As long as we do not provoke them, they will never cross the line. Our core mission here is first, to track this unknown beast's movements, and second, to guard against sea monster swarms landing. Recent activity in the waters has been growing more frequent. Just half an hour ago, the patrol found traces of 3 tentacle lizards in the coastal reef zone. Judging by their movement pattern, they seem to be scouting for a landing spot. Based on past patterns, this is often a precursor to a large-scale swarm. Alert Level 3. Check all coastal artillery ammunition and close combat gear. Notify the patrol to widen their search, and report any lizard swarm immediately. While the entire base braces for action, I stroll leisurely through the coastal jungle, my nostrils flaring. The air carries a familiar rank smell. It is the scent of tentacle lizards, closer than I expected. So close I can faintly hear them scraping across the rocks. XP delivered right to my door. I grin inside. The predicted awakening is only 10 days away. These coastal lizards are the perfect fuel for my final push toward evolution. 2 days later, I run into 3 tentacle lizards in a bay. The biggest one is over 30 feet long, but compared to my stocky frame, they look like 2 skinny dogs. These 3 massive lizards do not dare charge me. Instead, they slowly back away. They must sense how powerful I am. Trying to run? Not a chance. I shoot the two big lizards a contemptuous glare, then bulldoze straight into them. Seeing no escape, the lizards bare their fangs and fight back. But the instant we clash, they go flying. My tusks rip massive gashes through their tough hide. I do not give them a moment to breathe. Another savage charge and the lizards are done. The base command tower's monitors capture every second. General Quinn stares at the footage, his pupils contracting, shock written all over his face. These three lizards are all over 30 feet long, especially the biggest one. It is at least peak Steelbone realm in strength. Our base's top-tier warriors might not beat even one in single combat. But this wild boar took them all out effortlessly. Ryan quickly pulls up the radar data and reports, his voice tense. General, according to thermal analysis, this boar's internal energy reserves are extraordinary. We cannot accurately determine its realm. Conservative estimate, at least 6th rank resonance realm or above, possibly even reaching the... Ryan pulls up the radar data again, reporting gravely. General, based on thermal analysis, this boar's energy reserves are terrifying. We cannot pin down its realm. Conservative estimate, at least 6th rank resonance realm or above, possibly even touching the upper 3 realms. General Quinn takes a deep breath, his fingertips trembling slightly. The upper 3 realms. That is the level of a Mount Daming headmaster. The Cherry Blossom Nation was destroyed by monsters of this caliber. Their artillery could not even scratch a middle 3 realms lizard, let alone something in the upper 3 realms. Could this boar be on the same level as the Lizard King in the deep sea? I have no idea about the commotion at the base. I drag the 3 lizard carcasses back to my cave and eagerly cast Glutton's Devour. Warm energy flows down my throat and spreads through every limb. A tingling pleasure washes over me. My body and stats are climbing steadily. Growing ever stronger, I look at my 2 buddies. From now on, I will call you Leo and Milo. The 2 leopards nod as if they sort of understand. Then I cannot help scolding them. Leo, you did fine back there. You knew to attack on your own. Milo, you chickened out. You actually hid behind us. Do that again and you will not get any food. Milo hangs his head, letting out 2 soft whimpers as if admitting fault. I shake my head and continue. Stick with me and work hard. Once you 2 reach 16 feet, you will be able to handle lizards of this level on your own. System, check stats. Ding. Species, black armored boar. Weight, 12,500 pounds. Strength, 1,280. Constitution, 1,150. Skills, Glutton's Devour, Black Armor, Roar Blast, Savage Charge. Over the next few days, I lead Leo and Milo to the coastline daily to hunt tentacle lizards. Their teamwork is getting better. Leo handles distraction, and Milo handles sneak attacks. Though they still cannot beat high-level lizards, they take a lot of pressure off me. Meanwhile, the soldiers at Genhai Naval Base witness my strength daily through the monitors. From 4 kills a day to 6. And eventually I am effortlessly taking down lizards over 36 feet long, middle 3 realms level. One day General Quinn asks the comms officer, "How many did it kill today?" The officer reports quickly. "General, the Boar King killed 6 tentacle lizards today. 2 of them were over 36 feet long at the level of early middle 3 realms. It took down those 2 in less than a minute." General Quinn sighs softly, his eyes full of emotion. What a terrifying beast. Military command has listed it as a top priority target. They specifically told us not to provoke it, and to try establishing contact if possible. If we can get it to help guard the coastline, we can take a lot of weight off our shoulders. Ryan speaks up quickly. "General, I think we should try reaching out to it. It is not like other monsters. Not only does it never attack humans, it specifically hunts the tentacle lizards that threaten us. Plus, it has adopted 2 young beasts. Clearly, it has its own intelligence. It is not some mindless killing machine." General Quinn shakes his head. "The timing is not right. This boar is too powerful. We have absolutely no way to control it. Approaching recklessly and angering it could be catastrophic. Wait a bit longer. Once we understand its behavior, we will find the right moment to make contact. Down by the coast I have actually noticed the military base in the distance for a while now, but I pay it no mind. I drag my spoils back to the cave as usual. Every day after hunting, I bring back the kills, devouring and evolving while scrolling the news on my phone. Watching reports of monster attacks across the globe, my sense of urgency grows stronger. 3 more days pass. The tentacle lizards along the coastline are thinning out. I am on the very edge of evolution. The energy inside me is ready to burst. Just then, a breaking alert pops up on my phone. Emergency report. Coastal Defense Base number 23 has been breached by the Green Reef Island lizard swarm. Taoist Master Lucian, headmaster of Mount Juhua, has fallen in battle. Thousands of soldiers and civilian volunteers have been killed. The lizard swarm is now advancing toward nearby cities. I stare at the news, a heaviness settling in my chest. The outside crisis is worse than I imagined. Even the strongest humans cannot hold off a middle 3 realms lizard swarm. After the awakening, the monsters will only get stronger. I must speed up my evolution to hold my ground when the real crisis hits. Just as I am lost in thought, the earth suddenly shakes violently. A massive wave of spiritual energy erupts from underground. Streams of energy weave and twist through the air, forming visible whirlpools of spiritual energy. The awakening of heaven and earth, the revival of spiritual energy. It is finally here. Inside me, Glutton's Devour activates on its own, and the surrounding spiritual energy floods into my body like a tidal wave, surging through my veins and bones. The energy that was on the verge of overflowing is ignited in an instant. Leo and Milo curl up beside me, greedily absorbing the spiritual energy. Their bodies grow visibly larger, their fur becoming even more sleek and shiny. All of Huaxia, and indeed the entire world, is undergoing violent change. Deep in the boundless ocean, on a massive island, spiritual energy converges into a towering tornado. Several colossal beasts stand on the island, unleashing earth-shaking roars. Their forms stand firm amid the storm, while also slowly transforming. At the same time, dramatic changes sweep across the globe. Huaxia's famous mountains channel waves of spiritual energy as cultivators break through to new realms one after another. In the deep sea, on a hidden giant island, the spiritual energy forms a colossal pillar reaching toward the sky. Massive creatures stand at the heart of the storm, roaring with force that shakes the heavens. The most prominent among them is a giant lizard nearly 200 feet long. Faint starlight swirls around its body. Its eyes are savage and cruel. This is the one that has crushed the defenses of multiple nations, the Lizard King. This spiritual energy storm rages for 3 full days and 3 full nights. Power and communication across the entire globe go dark. Some weaker nations are destroyed outright by the storm, and the monsters that seize the chance to storm ashore, erased from the map forever. As for me, nourished by the spiritual energy storm, I finally break through my bottleneck and complete my evolution. I broke through the bottleneck and completed my evolution. 3 days later, inside a cave in the Blue Zone forest, 2 leopards over 16 feet long are curled up beside a 50-foot colossus, sleeping soundly. I slowly open my eyes, shake off the dust on my body, and a surge of immense power floods through me. I now stand over 20 feet tall. The former black armor has evolved into dazzling gold armor. Under the sunlight streaming through the cave cracks, it gives off a soft golden glow. My red fur and gold armor complement each other perfectly. Gone is the pathetic look of the old days. Instead, I radiate the majesty of a sacred beast. So this is the power of the revival of spiritual energy. I cannot help but marvel. With the slightest twitch of my hoof, warm spiritual energy gathers and fills my entire body with strength. I try out my newly awakened skill and blast a ball of pale golden flame from my mouth. The flame hits a nearby rock and instantly melts the solid stone. The power is staggering. System, check stats. Species, gold-armored boar. Weight, 25,000 pounds. Strength, 2,500. Constitution, 2,400. Skills, Glutton's Devour, Gold Armor, Crystal Blaze, Swift Strike. Just as I thought. Black armor has advanced into gold armor, plus the powerful new skill Crystal Blaze. My strength has jumped by more than 1 tier. Alright, let us go test these new skills. I wake up Leo and Milo and we head for the coastline. But the moment we get close, I hear violent explosions and soldiers screaming. The air reeks of gunpowder and blood. I pick up the pace and duck behind a massive boulder, looking toward the source of the noise. Zhenhai Naval Base's coastal artillery is firing non-stop, but the shells only leave shallow scratches on the swarm of tentacle lizards. This group numbers over a dozen. The leader is over 60 feet long, covered in cold black armor that shrugs off every single shell without a mark. It is the lizard commander, peak middle 3 realms. Inside the base, General Quinn's face is grim. His aura now pulses at 9th rank martial spirit realm. After the revival, he has successfully broken through to a new realm. His ranks now include 5 8th rank fighters and 2 7th rank Steelbone realm warriors. But against this pack of powerful lizards, they are still outmatched. General, the lizard leader is less than 50 yards from the base. The artillery is losing effectiveness at this range. If this keeps up, the defense line will collapse. The adjutant reports frantically. General Quinn grits his teeth. All units prepare for close combat. We hold this base to the death. Even if we fight down to the last man, we cannot let the lizards break through. He knows full well that this 60-foot lizard leader would be a challenge even for a 6th rank Resonance Realm warrior. And the base's only Resonance Realm fighter, Master Kane, is still in seclusion. Just as the soldiers grab their weapons and prepare to charge to their deaths, a golden figure suddenly leaps from the forest behind the base, wielding a circular golden disc. The golden disc screams through the air and slices clean through the neck of a 50-foot lizard. Dark green blood erupts from the wound. It is Master Kane! Master Kane has come out of seclusion! The soldiers roar with excitement. Morale soars instantly. Master Kane wears a plain gray robe, his frame thin, yet radiating an overwhelming presence. His 6th rank Resonance Realm aura hits the nearby lizards like a wall, forcing them back. General Quinn rushes forward, barely able to contain his excitement. Master Kane, you are finally out of seclusion. Have you broken through? Master Kane gives a slight nod, his eyes locked on the lizard commander ahead. I managed to reach peak 6th rank Resonance Realm, but this lizard commander is nearing 7th rank. I may not be able to beat it. I can only try to buy time. Behind my boulder, my eyes light up. This is the first time I have seen a human this powerful. Master Kane's aura is more refined than any jungle beast I have ever encountered. Let me see how thrilling this fight will be. No sooner does the thought cross my mind than the lizard commander lets out a savage roar, whipping its tail with vicious force. Master Kane flickers aside, dodging with ease. His golden disc flies out again, slashing toward the lizard commander's eye, its weak spot. But the lizard commander is incredibly agile. It tilts its head, and the disc grazes its cheek, leaving only a shallow cut. Then the lizard commander snaps its jaws open and spews a glob of dark green venom. The venom hits the ground and instantly corrodes a massive crater. Master Kane leaps back, dodging the spray. His golden disc spins rapidly, forming a golden barrier that blocks the lizard commander's follow-up attacks. After more than a dozen exchanges, Master Kane gradually falls behind. His aura becomes unstable. The lizard commander seizes the opening and slams its tail into Master Kane's chest. Master Kane coughs up a spray of blood, his body sent flying dozens of yards before crashing to the ground. He cannot get back up. "Master Kane!" General Quinn screams and rushes over with a group of soldiers to rescue him. By now, the base's defense line has completely collapsed. The soldiers' faces are etched with grim resolve. They pull out their last grenades, ready to take the lizards down with them. At this very last second, the sea beside the base suddenly begins to churn violently. The water boils, white bubbles foaming to the surface. A terrifying aura radiates from below. Every lizard's eyes fill with pure fear. They all stumble backward. Even the once invincible lizard commander looks rattled. It senses a force far beyond its own. By now, Master Kane has regained consciousness beside General Quinn. He murmurs, "Whatever can make the sea boil. If it is a beast down there, its power must be beyond terrifying." The words barely leave his lips before I burst from the water in a blaze of golden light, my massive body landing on the shore, the ground instantly trembling from the impact. When I stand before the lizard commander, its 60-foot body actually looks small next to my 50-foot frame. My gold armor blazes with brilliant golden light. Crystal blaze energy heats the air around me until it shimmers. The once mighty tentacle lizards are now slowly backing away. The lizard commander trembles all over, turning to flee into the sea. My eyes go cold. I activate Swift Strike. My body becomes a streak of golden light, reaching it in an instant. Crack! The lizard commander's chest caves in from the impact. Dark green blood erupts from the wound. It lets out a piercing wail, staggers a few steps, and crashes to the ground, lifeless. The remaining lizards scatter in sheer panic. As if I would let them go, I open my jaws and unleash Crystal Blaze. Pale golden flames sweep across the entire beach. The slower lizards are instantly incinerated to ash. The remaining few I ram one by one, snapping their necks on impact. The coastline falls silent in an instant. Only the soldiers' heavy breathing remains. They stare at my massive form, eyes full of shock and awe. Nobody dares to make a move. Moments ago, a dozen lizards had pushed them to the brink of annihilation, and I wiped them all out in just a few minutes. Terrifying power beyond comprehension. General Quinn recognizes me at once. It is the Boar King they have been monitoring for so long. I raise my right hoof, point at the lizard carcasses on the ground, then point toward my distant cave, signaling him to deliver the bodies to my den. General Quinn gets it immediately, excitement flashing across his face. He turns to the soldiers and barks, "Quick! Gather all the lizard carcasses and deliver them to the Boar King's lair. Handle them carefully, show proper respect." Then he bows deeply to me. "Thank you, Boar King, for saving us. Words cannot express our gratitude. If you ever need anything, Zhenhai Naval Base will do everything in its power to help." I shake my head, ignoring him, and dive into the sea, swimming back toward my cave. These lizard carcasses are perfect fuel for my growth. Back in the cave, I sleep soundly. When I wake, I find that General Quinn has already had the dozen lizard bodies delivered to the cave entrance. He has also left a thick folder containing all the beast intelligence compiled by the military, along with a breakdown of human cultivation realms. This delights me. This classified intel is far more useful than the messy stuff online. And with the human cultivation realm classifications included, this is pure gold. I open the folder and study it carefully, murmuring to myself. Monster ranks are divided into Beast Soldier, Beast General, Lord Class, and King Class. Beast Soldier corresponds to the human lower three realms, Beast General to the middle three realms, Lord Class to the upper three realms, and King Class is the stuff of legend, with no confirmed records so far. The file also notes that before the awakening, 5 Lord Class monsters were discovered worldwide. Among them, the Lizard King is the largest, nearly 200 feet long, at Lord Class perfection. It can unleash a devastating breath attack on par with a peak upper three realms human warrior. The other 4 Lord-class beasts lurk deep in the Kunlun Mountains, their strength and appearance unknown. As for the tentacle lizards I have been hunting, most are just high-level beast soldiers. Only that 60-foot lizard commander reached peak beast general. I devour all the tentacle lizards in one go, only to realize they are merely high-level beast soldiers. I am the Boar King. At the very least, I need to be devouring beast general class monsters. You two, eat up and eat fast. As Leo and Milo keep growing larger, their comprehension improves as well. The 2 brothers give a submissive growl and start feeding on the giant lizards. Meanwhile, I waste no time devouring the rest. Beast General class creatures live up to the name. Each one I devour gives me a direct boost of 200 strength points. System, check my stats. Species, gold armored boar, weight, 30,000 pounds, strength, 3,000, constitution, 2,900. Skills, Glutton's Devour, gold armor, crystal blaze, swift strike. I notice that my body length is capped at 50 feet and will not grow further, but that is more than enough. 50 feet long, 20 feet tall, clad in tough gold armor and armed with devastating skills. Even against a Lord-class monster, I can hold my own. System, what are the conditions for the next evolution? Weight must reach 100,000 pounds. Strength and constitution must reach 10,000 each. Then the next evolution will be triggered. 100,000 pounds. 10,000 strength and constitution. I am stunned. To evolve again, I clearly need to hunt Lord-class monsters. But Lord-class creatures are extremely rare. The Kunlun Mountains are too far. The Lizard King is in the deep sea. For now, I cannot find a suitable target. I open my phone. Communications have been restored by now. Every platform in Huaxia is in an uproar. Monster attacks, human cultivators fighting back. One piece of news catches my eye. Newsflash, a 7-foot-long golden lion has appeared in Linhai City downtown. Officially classified as early beast general class. Extremely aggressive, multiple casualties reported. Military and cultivators have been dispatched. Linhai City is not far from South Prison Forest. A beast general class monster, perfect for a warm-up, and a chance to stock up on evolution energy. Leo, Milo, it is time we hit the city, I call out to my two buddies. They have now grown quite muscular, over 16 feet long, their power at peak beast soldier class, the perfect time to bring them along for some real combat training. We push forward, the forest grows thicker, the monster scent in the air gets heavier. I know Linhai City up ahead has even more powerful beasts waiting. My evolution will continue through this danger-filled urban crucible. After all, Zane's goal is to become the strongest force on Earth. A measly 100,000 pounds is nothing to me. Finally, we step out of the last stretch of dense jungle. The view opens up, and the ruined streets of Linhai City spread before us. Toppled skyscrapers, roads choked with abandoned vehicles and monster carcasses. Bursts of gunfire and the roar of tank engines echo from deep within the district. The ground trembles slightly beneath our feet. I look into the distance and spot a massive beast coated entirely in golden fur. A golden lion is tearing through a column of Type 99 tanks. It is over 20 feet long. Its razor-sharp claws gleam with cold light. Every time it leaps, another tank gets crushed and dented. Heavy tank armor crumples like paper against its power. Another devastating swipe bends a tank barrel clean in half. The crew is forced to abandon the vehicle. Just as the tank column is about to collapse, 3 shadows leap from the rooftop of a nearby ruin. Their melee weapons glow with spiritual energy. They charge straight at the golden lion. These 3 are reinforcement warriors sent by the Huaxia Martial Arts Association. 2 men wield a long blade and a long staff. Their aura is steady. Both are at 6th rank resonance realm. The third is a young woman in a light blue combat outfit. She moves gracefully, her aura slightly weaker, but she has reached peak 7th rank steelbone realm. She stumbles slightly on landing, wipes the dust from her lip, and speaks with a grave tone. Listen, this golden lion is far stronger than the intel suggested. Its fur has been tempered by spiritual energy. It is as hard as diamond. This will not be easy. The staff wielder pauses, his eyes locked on the lion's movements, and says in a low voice, "This is the Lion King that escaped from the Linhai City Zoo. It mutated into beast general class after the revival. Intel says there are 5 beast soldier class lion cubs with it, probably hiding in the nearby ruins. When we move, you pin down its left side. I will take the front with our junior. Be careful. Do not let those claws catch you." The other 2 nod in unison. Their expressions grow even more serious. 6th rank resonance realm warriors can already channel spiritual energy into their bodies, maximizing their combat power with melee weapons. But against a beast general class monster, there is no guarantee. A beast general's body has been tempered repeatedly by spiritual energy. In both offense and defense, it far surpasses a human of the same rank. One slip means death. Before the words fade, the swordsman strikes first, leaping nearly 20 feet into the air. His blade, wrapped in pale blue spiritual energy, becomes a silver flash slashing at the lion's neck. But the golden lion is faster than expected. It jerks its head aside. Its right paw screams through the air and slams the blade. Clang! The sword actually bends from the impact. The swordsman is knocked stumbling backward, chest tight, barely holding back blood. Seeing this, the other 2 attack together at once. The staff wielder swings a devastating horizontal sweep. Infused with spiritual energy, the staff glows golden, driving toward the lion's belly. The young woman moves nimbly, circling behind the lion and slashing diagonally, targeting the joint of its hind leg. But the golden lion stays calm. A violent tail whip knocks the staff wielder back several steps. At the same time, the lion spins and slams its paw into the woman's chest. She screams, blood streaming from her mouth, and is sent flying, crashing into a crumbling wall. Her blade clatters away from her hand. 3 against 1, and they are still getting demolished. That is the terror of a beast general class monster. Meanwhile, in the shadows of a nearby ruin, I have already slipped into the city with Leo and Milo. My 2 buddies are fighting over a dozen 15-foot lions, the golden lion's beast soldier class minions. They tried to ambush us, but Leo and Milo struck first. Today's Leo and Milo are no longer the tiny cubs they once were. Their teamwork is razor sharp. Leo pins the enemy head on. Milo flanks. In less than 5 minutes they have slaughtered most of the dozen lions. The remaining few are trembling with fear, desperate to flee. Trying to run? Did I say you could leave? I snort a laugh and blast a stream of crystal blaze from my mouth. Pale golden flames instantly wrap around the 2 lions in front, burning them to ash in seconds. The rest are quickly run down by Leo and Milo, necks snapped with a single bite. After the fight, the two buddies drag the biggest lion over to me, growling proudly, showing off their kill. I take the lion, chew on it casually, and think to myself, you raised soldiers for 1,000 days to use them in a single moment. These two did not go to waste after all. Meanwhile, the fierce battle in the center of the street rages on. The three warriors are now running on fumes. Battered and bleeding, their energy is in chaos. The golden lion has only a few shallow scratches on its fur. It is still in a savage frenzy, closing in on the three step by step. I watch for a moment, bored. These three have been tangling with the golden lion forever, and they still cannot crack its defense. Drag this out any longer, and they are dead for sure. You two, step back, watch me, let me show you what real power looks like. I nod at Leo and Milo. The two reluctantly back off and stand aside obediently. The golden lion senses my presence. Its entire mane bristles instantly. Its eyes fill with alarm and dread. It can clearly feel that the gold-armored colossus standing before it is in a completely different league. Facing the lion's guard, I look utterly indifferent, strolling forward at a leisurely pace. The concrete beneath my hooves cracks slightly with each step. Suddenly, I explode into top speed. My body becomes a golden blur, charging straight at the golden lion. The lion does not even have time to react. Its massive body is launched into the air, soaring over 40 feet high, before slamming back down. It coughs up a spray of golden blood, twitches a few times, and never gets up again. Everyone present is stunned speechless. A beast that an entire tank column could not handle, taken out with a single one-hit kill. The middle-aged colonel of the tank column, Colonel Shaw, furrows his brow tightly, his fingers tapping the tank hatch unconsciously. After a moment, he resolutely opens the hatch and jumps out. Colonel, you cannot go out there. It is too dangerous. The comms officer beside him shouts, voice full of panic, but Colonel Shaw waves him off and walks toward me with firm resolve. This beast means no harm. It was helping us. On my end, after defeating the golden lion, I am in no rush to devour it. An early beast general's energy would barely help me reach Lord Class. What I need most right now is intel on Lord Class monsters, and the Waxia military definitely has the information I am after. With that thought, I flash my tusks, silver glinting in the light. I bite the golden lion's head clean off, then kick it forward. The bloody lion head lands right at Colonel Shaw's feet. He flinches. He looks down at the head, then back up at me. A flash of awe and surprise crosses his eyes. He instantly understands. This lion head is my olive branch, a bargaining chip for intelligence. Moments later, a dozen soldiers climb out of their tanks. Seeing the lion head at their colonel's feet, jaws drop all around, quickly replaced by looks of deep respect. Colonel Shaw stands at attention and bows deeply to me. Behind him, the soldiers form neat ranks and salute with respect. I slew the golden lion, saved every survivor in this district, and preserved their entire tank column. This debt of gratitude they carry in their hearts. I give them a slow nod, my way of acknowledging them. This scene ignites the emotions of everyone present. The three wounded warriors struggle to their feet, staring at my figure, murmuring in utter shock, "That is no monster. That is a sacred beast, a guardian of this land." Leo and Milo stand beside me, chests puffed out, faces beaming with pride. They can feel the overwhelming aura radiating from me. Toward these humans who show me such reverence, they no longer carry the old hostility. I raise my hoof and point at the military map hanging on Colonel Shaw's tank behind him. Shaw's eyes sharpen. Disbelief crosses his face. He knows this map marks Waxia's current military deployments, monster hotspots, and survivor gathering points. It is classified military intelligence. But seeing the conviction in my eyes, he does not hesitate for a second. He takes down the map and holds it out with both hands. I gently hook the map with my tusk, confirm it is what I need, then pick up the golden lion's carcass. I signal Leo and Milo to follow, and turn toward the edge of the district. Every warrior and soldier stands in silence, their eyes following my figure. They do not look away until I vanish beyond the ruins. On the road I travel while studying the map. Combined with the files General Quinn left me earlier, the picture grows darker. Huaxia is facing an unprecedented crisis. Hundreds of millions of monsters lurk beneath the ocean's surface. Not just tentacle lizards anymore, but massive deep-sea giant turtles and giant ice squids that can blast freezing breath. They are evolving at a breakneck pace, their eyes locked on Huaxia's coastline. On land, major cities have been swallowed by forests. Monsters roam freely. Survivors can only huddle in scattered strongholds, struggling to stay alive. I open my phone and find that social media has completely changed. People have finally felt the true brutality of the revival. The blind optimism is gone. Now it is mutual encouragement, self-organized supply exchanges, communities banding together for warmth. One pinned post catches my eye. Emergency notice: the Land City Survivor Stronghold has been officially established. Military reinforcements are on the way. All remaining survivors, please head to the stronghold immediately. Land City currently reports 5,300 Beast Soldier class monsters and 50 Beast General class monsters. Current firepower can no longer contain the threat. The stronghold faces the risk of being overrun. I cannot help but sigh. Over 5,000 Beast Soldier class monsters in a single city. For unarmed civilians, that is nothing short of apocalyptic. As spiritual energy grows thicker, more and more Beast Generals, even Lord class monsters, are emerging from the deep mountains and hidden ocean realms. Humanity's living space is being squeezed tighter by the day. Before I know it, we have crossed through downtown Linhai City. The few beast soldier-class monsters we encounter along the way, I do not even bother handling myself. I leave them to Leo and Milo. Good practice for those two. My plan is already crystal clear. First, take a detour to the Land City stronghold and scout around. If I can find intel on a Lord-class monster, perfect. If not, I will head straight for the Kunlun Mountains. That is my best shot at the next evolution.